This is part two. This is called. I gotta wipe the board off because I don't feel. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be like one of them. I'm not gonna be one of them people who like does the work off the camera. You know, too many people are all neat and tidy and da da da. You know. So what? The second part is gonna be about. Let me find this napkin real quick. You want to use some alcohol on it? I'll use some alcohol. It's really bad. You got. I think what you have to do is you have to wipe the alcohol on it like once a week or something. Actually, I don't know. When should you use alcohol versus just the napkin? I think what you're supposed to do is wipe it off with the napkin, and then you'll start seeing these like little. There's like little. You can sort of see the writing on there still, and then every week you have to go in there after you wipe it off with this, and then you put alcohol in there, and then you wipe because it's a whiteboard with like markings hidden in there, and then you with the alcohol you go in and get it off. So do I have any more of these? Here's some napkins over here. So this second part is about second and third order of effects. That's the key. That's what I'm gonna call the video as of now, unless I can come up with a better term. So this is gonna be second and third order of effects. So what is this about? Oh, when I was young kidders, there was that guy named Jon Stewart, and he made what was called fake news, or he made comedy news, and that was really famous after like 9/11. He was really famous, and he was pretty good at it for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then it kind of got stale, and then Trump came in like 2015, and then he was like fake news, but really he was just taking Jon Stewart's idea and going farther with it, because Jon Stewart didn't really think about it. He wasn't like second and third order of effects. He wasn't like thinking ahead of time. He was just like, I'm making some money off Comedy Central, and then that Donald Trump just stole his idea and he said, well, I'll go even further. I'll call stuff fake news, even though Jon Stewart came up with fake news. It was called like comedy news, and then because Jon Stewart didn't think of the second and third order of effects of stuff. That was the premise of it. Is there more to this? I think I don't remember. I got distracted by that alcohol part, and then this part, it's very distracting. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm. It's Colbert's probably fault more than him, because he did the whole parody thing. Because at least with Jon Stewart, he was like a character. He was like sort of playing himself, and then Colbert just went and said, "Hey, fuck it, I'll pretend to be someone else." That's true. It's true. It's true. Uh Huh. So this is called what? Oh, I gotta finish erasing the board. Let me finish erasing the board. You should have done this while the camera was up. I'm not here to look prepared. There's too much. This world is too pretty these days. These people have made dog shit look pretty. So I'm gonna make. If you want your stuff to stand out, you got to make your good stuff look like shit because they're making shit look good. So I got to make my good stuff look like shit to differentiate from the shitty market that you people have created. That's pretty funny. Huh. Mm. Okay, you want to put alcohol in it? You want to do the alcohol? This is the alcohol works. Oh! Oh! That's not making it better, buddy. It isn't, is it? And then you grab another pad. Where'd your pads go? Here they are, guys. Towel. Towel, 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 towel. I don't think that helped like one bit, dude. I think that made it worse. I think it did too, actually. Ugh. Whatever, I'll mess around with it. I'll figure it out. Okay, so what is this about? This is about second and third order of effects. What does that even mean? It means like when you do something, it's like all big. They're all copycats. Like everybody's copying everybody, and no one. It's a second and third order. You can probably go farther than that too. You could do like second, third, fourth, fifth, so you know, you could second, and third order. You know, you could go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, you can just keep adding numbers too. So the first example I gave was, you know, Jon Stewart, fake news, comedy news. See, here's the fucked up thing about Jon Stewart. You had a lot of people who really had no fucking clue what they were talking about, laughing about stuff they didn't really understand. Which in hindsight is, he democratized news in a way that made it so that idiots who have no fucking clue what they're laughing at were laughing at stuff that they didn't really understand. S-E-W-A-R-T, comedy news. And that leads to Trump. Well, okay, we could do Colbert too. Colbert. He does a parody of my understanding, he was a parody of O'Reilly, right? Yeah, I think he was O'Reilly. By the way, O'Reilly, they don't want that gut shit in here anymore. No more of that, your gut. Now it's logic. They're the logic party now. But whatever. Back in those days, it was the gut versus logic. Whatever. That's gone. They're not going to do that one ever again. Because, you know, the Republican Party's going to throw that one away. When you're in charge, you're like, logically, you should do this. When you're not in charge, you're like, use your gut. Use your gut. You know, whatever. That's a tangent. Tangent. I'm going to write tangent right here. T-A-N-G-E-N. If there's an N in there, I think. Yep, tangent. So then you have 2016. You have 2016, right? You have 2015, 2016. You have fake news. Great term, by the way. It's actually pretty interesting. It's like calling someone a liar, but like not really. But then again, you know, to be fair, this guy was laughing and being pretty mean too. So you know, they were all pretty mean. What else is this about? Second, third order effects. Second, third order. I don't even know what this is about. Fuck. What was this about? Oh, so no matter what you do, it's just going to get copied, and it's going to go farther than you think it's going to go. So whatever you do, they're going to do like better. So like, you know, like actually the first drones I think were used. Well, not drones. Like I think there was some ISIS shit of drones, and then ISIS. I think they did a little bit of it, and I know the U.S. had it in the 80s and 70s. Technically, in World War II, they had drones, but you know. And then now it's like mass, Ukraine, drones, anything, you know, it's just all going to be copied. Everyone's copying everybody. None of you people are coming up with new ideas. You just take someone else's idea and you run with it like really, really hard. It's just like, I don't think ISIS uses that many drones, and then Ukraine's using like millions a year now, and you know, so, and then, you know, Donald Trump didn't come up with fake news. Jon Stewart came up with fake, you know, and then that was probably fake news before that. But whatever, you know, it's just a bunch of copycats. You're all copying each other. You're all copycats. You're all copycats. You know, you're not really, no originality. You're all you're one organism masquerading as multiple organisms. How do you spell masquerading? M-A-S-Q-U-A-R-A-D-I-N-G. You're masquerading. You're really just one organism, actually, but whatever. That concludes. I'm going to call this one second and third order of effects. And you can also go all the way to 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 if you want. You can do like 1,000,000,000 order effects, 1,000,001 order effects. Copycats. What do you think the first fake news was? SNL? Probably SNL in the 70s. I don't know. Before that, that's probably fake news. Oh, this joke comes about because I was like, I was thinking about like some of the Trump stuff Trump does, and he does stuff I would do like as a joke. I would say it as a joke, but he will like actually do it. But I would say it as a joke. Before he was president, I've said stuff that he would do. He'd be like a jerk, and I'd be like, I do that, but I would do that as just like a joke. And then he actually did it. I was like, damn. So then I was like, oh shit, I'm behind the times now because something I was doing as comedy is now like mainstream actually in reality. And I was like, oh shit. Like invade Canada. I didn't invade Canada because like it's basically America. Like I don't know why you guys got your ass kicked by Canada in the Revolutionary War and you got your ass kicked in the War of 1812. I don't know why you haven't taken them over yet. Like you bunch of fucking pussies is what you are. You know, because here's the thing. The Northwest Passage is real now. Duh. And there's like oil up there. Duh. And there's oil. And there's the Northwest Passage. And the Northwest Passage is the new Canada Canal. You got to put some bases up there. And if you put bases up there, the Canadians are going to be like, those are our bases. We want a lot of money. And you got to be like, no, those are our bases. We're here to protect the Northwest Passage, man. You can't be like letting Canada boss you around. They're a bunch of fucking Canucks or whatever. So, and he better take Greenland too, because he looks like a dumbass right now in Iran. So he better. But do you think Canada would be like really? Would they take like pot shots at you guys? You take over Canada and they'd be like, and they'd shoot at you probably. I bet those Canadians are like fucking rednecks, and they'd be like taking pot shots at you people. But Greenland, I bet you could take Greenland over. Dear Donald Trump, you could probably take Greenland over because they're a bunch of fucking pussies and pushovers. And there's like under 100,000 on much on there. But there's like a lot of Canadians. And I'm doing this as a joke, and then the second and third order effects are that this is actually going to happen. So that's second and third order, fourth order, fifth order, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. I'm like one of those girls who does the it's supposed to be a hand job, right? When the TikTokers, when the ladies do this, it's supposed to be like a hand job thing, right? I don't know. These kids these days don't make no sense.